That's Tyrone Tracy. And a nice run there on first down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2. They'll run again. It's Tracy again. And this will be a Giants first down as the tackle's made at the 35-yard line.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
Bellinger, the tight end, is the one in motion. Oh, intercepted. What a bad start on the 3rd play. Picked off by Justin Simmons.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike, they've got to identify what went wrong, let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
On 2nd down, here's Penix. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. Left side in the hands of London. Rookie from Washington on target with that one. It is a first down. They'll run it for the first time with Bijan Robinson. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. I needed to get rid of it, but did not. And he'll finally be taken down.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we'll see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Get about 6 before he's taken down.
It's a gain of 6. Brings that 3rd and
on 3rd down, it's Robinson. So we've come to the end of a fairly evenly played opening quarter. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Greg and I back in Atlanta after this. They can still pick up a first down here, and they'll line up to go for it on 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Penix. And they will get the conversion. He's tackled down near the goal line, so it's not a touchdown, but it will be 1st and goal. And the Giants here will use the first of their timeouts.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
This opening drive, it has been a work of art. Now, can they put the finishing touches on? It's 1st and goal. And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front, and he's in. Bijan Robinson, touchdown Atlanta. Younghoe Koo now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Falcons will take a 7-0 lead. So out is Koo. He'll kick this one away after the touchdown. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. 1st and 10. Now it's Tracy looking to run. Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him. Take him down behind the line.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet, get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. That's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
And he's going to be brought.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
They'll go to the ground, and here's Tracy on first down. And he'll take this up to the 48-yard line. Richie Grant up in the secondary to get in on that one. 2 minutes remaining. First half in a 7-0 game. Greg and I back to Atlanta. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. Walk out of the shotgun. That's caught. It's Tyrone Tracy.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
Lock to throw. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
This doesn't seem to me right now that he's seeing the field very well. When that last possession results in the pick, you'd expect him to come back out here and be a little bit more careful with the ball, find easier completions, find the better matchup. And instead, he puts the ball back in harm's way, and he's lucky that wasn't another interception.
That's incomplete. Daring ball on 4th down. Does not work out. And it results in a turnover on down. On 1st and 10, it's Penix. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. From the gun, here is Penix. And the quarterback scrambling, maneuvers his way back to the line of scrimmage. But that's all he can get out of that one. Now Penix to throw on 2nd. A throw left side, going to be intercepted. Picked off by Isaiah Simmons.
Really nice job there defensively. I mean, they completely took away his first read, and instead of the young quarterback going through his progression and being patient, taking what the defense gives him, he decides to still try to fit it in and force that ball, and ultimately ends up resulting in the takeaway.
Walk to throw on 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Here's Locke to throw. The intended receiver. Now it's going to be 3rd down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
From the gun, it's Locke. He'll try and get there on the ground.
You have to admire when quarterbacks are willing to put their head down and fight for some extra yardage, Mike. Sometimes, but you say work the squeeze. Get down, protect yourself, live to play another snap.
A field goal, no gimme from this distance. They'll go on 4th down. They'll go. It's locked. That is incomplete. They took a chance throwing it on 4th and short, but not to be, and they'll turn it over on downs. Throwing now, Penix on 1st down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. Now a timeout, Atlanta. That's their first, as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this first half. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. From the gun, it's Penix. The reception for Rondale Moore. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
I don't think we all appreciate enough just how difficult it is to throw on the run. The technique, the arm strength, the accuracy, all of those things.
Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down. Just the lone touchdown in that first half of action. 7-0 is our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. Just that one touchdown on the board. 7-0 the score as the 3rd quarter begins. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Now the lefty Penix on 1st down. And tried to fit in the slant, and it was intercepted. Picked off by Isaiah Simmons.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
In motion, it's Robinson. Look to hit him with a jet sweep here to begin this drive. And this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play.
When you come across on a jet sweep, Mike, you're hoping once you get the ball, all you see is green grass and open space. Well, in this case, you got a lot of unhappy defenders waiting for him, and they're able to put him down behind the line.
A 2nd down throw for Locke. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
This has been a tough sequence right out of the jump. You work all week on your opening script, and they're usually the plays that you feel the best about to try to establish some sort of early rhythm, but through 2 plays, run and pass, all they've done is go backwards.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Throw it. Lock. He's got his man down the field. It is a big completion. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's Locke. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
This has really just been the story of the entire game. They just seem out of sync, don't they? I mean, they desperately need to find a way to just get some points on the scoreboard, any way it takes. They don't complete on the deep pass there, but keep shooting for it, because at some point something's going to break your way, and they desperately need it. I'm not sure there's any position on defense that's undergone as much of an evolution as the linebacker position. In the old days, they were the physical tone setters. They were the tacklers. But now, it's their ability to hold up in coverage, like you saw there, that allows you to keep those guys on the field for all 3 downs. Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
The offense not coming off the field, and here's 4th down. Lock. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Caden Ellis.
I think anytime you find yourself trailing in the second half, Mike, all offensive play callers fight the urge to chase those points. They tend to get a little bit over-eager. They tend to push the envelope sometimes a little too far. Those turnovers, they only make the deficit grow, not shrink. Now, there's a lot of football left, Mike. They can still get back into this. They just have to be a little bit smarter about which risks you're willing to take.
Moore going in motion. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. Another run here for Robinson.
He's not allowed behind the line of scrimmage.
They need to get this to the 23. Here's 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down. Here's Penix. Short throw taken by Pitts. And he'll try to get to the marker, but he's going to wind up a yard or 2 short.
It's 4th down.
Fourth down, and here's Penix. He's going to find his receiver. It's Robinson. And he's going to have the 1st down. So taking a chance there, playing with the lead, but it works out for them. So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. We'll return with more. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. And here's Bijan. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that 1st down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 33.
They'll go again with Robinson. He'll bring this to the 40. That's good enough to move those chains. It's a 1st down.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
That's caught left side by Pitts. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
It's the gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 47-yard line.
London brought in motion. They'll run it here with Robinson. Woo! And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Pitts is the man in motion. On 1st down, it's Penix. That's to Pitts, the tight end. And he'll be taken down.
Hey, yo, fresh out the beta game in my jeans. Black, slap, what do that mean? It mean that banging. Have my hand out, let me hang. Hey, break down, stay down, look what I make now. Hit boy, earthquake, boy, it's a shakedown. I done so much work, they think it's fake now. Big fish, every beat is just bait now. Got rich, some switch, they try to hate now. Leave, I'm straight, I got a rake now. Need cheese, cash app, Venmo or PayPal. Turned up to the max, I'm finna break down. Flow water, big trip, boy, this a gray cloud. Highlights, ball is life, my whole take, wow. Big boss, hella chicken, I feel like Rick Ross. Why you going so damn hard? They got me off. These new can't with me. If I do a song with you, that's a luxury. Hit boy, work with you, that's a luxury. Don't step on my Crocs, these. Fresh out the beta game in my jeans. Black, slap, what do that mean? It mean that banging. Have my hand out, let me hang. These new can't with me. If I do a song with you, that's a luxury. If hit boy work with you, that's a luxury. Don't step on my Crocs, these luxury. Luxury. Ha, these luxury. Ha, luxury. Ha, ha, they can't with me. Slow it. I ain't finna stop today.
Next to some of the northernmost waters of the beautiful Chesapeake Bay, we're at M&T Bank Stadium near Baltimore's Inner Harbor. Justin Tucker has this all teed up. And we're underway from the bank. Returnable from the 2. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. They get an even 10 on that play. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down. Staying with Robinson. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Tackled on the play by Marlon Humphrey. Working quickly here. From the 33 on 2nd down. Got him. Penix now against a blitz. Chased out to his right. Nabbed by Kyle Pitts. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. On 2nd down, Robinson. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. Nothing gained or lost on that run, and now it's 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, Penix. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up. Trying for it with Penix. He connects downfield on 4. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. first down from the red zone. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. Second down coming up. Running left is Robinson. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
He brings it in. And that's a huge hit there, but he's still able to power through enough for a 1st and goal. So that connection for a first will bring us to the end of the first. Couple of zeros on the board right now. Back to the bank in just a moment. Welcome back. Time for our second quarter. The Falcons with a chance to score. Man in motion here. Penix here from the gun. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know that it's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
Got the one-on-one they wanted, Brock, on that slant, but just not enough to get the completion.
Yeah, you got to create separation. We all love the slant route. It could be super effective, but you got to beat press. You got to beat jam. You got to beat off man, and you got to create separation so there's not that bang-bang impact to knock the ball loose like that.
It's tipped away, and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down. Now on is Younghoe Koo for the Falcons field goal. It's just a 26-yarder down the middle.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. David Onyemata there for the stop. Lamar off the play fake. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's running with it. He doesn't slide down and he pays for it. A big shot sends him to the ground.
This is one of those occasions that it looks so promising when you take off as a quarterback, and then you're reminded just how fast these defenses are in the NFL. Couldn't quite move the chains, but it wasn't for a lack of trying.
Now Jackson on 3rd down. On the move, headed right. He's running for it. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
First down, here's Lamar. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Pistol snap to Jackson. His pass is complete. That's Zay Flowers. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. It's a gain of 12 there. And that'll be first down, Baltimore. Here's Henry running left. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Lamar out of the pistol. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. He was looking for Mark Andrews. So they're left facing third and long. Working across the middle, Brock. It is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and you couldn't do it.
16 yards on the play. And that's good for a Ravens first down. Henry running to the left. And they stop him after a pickup down to the 24. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Now Jackson off the play action. Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to keep it this time. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Lamar now from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. Now the offense is going to take its 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Dump off to his fullback. And in for the Baltimore touchdown. Well, Brock, we don't see this often, but love it whenever we do. The fullback, the target on that one, and he ends up with 6.
You're absolutely right, Kate. You don't see fullbacks utilize that much, but man, when you do have a weapon like that, it stretches a defense so thin. Big time touchdown. Yes, by a fullback.
Tucker adds the PAT. And the Ravens one up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Starting from the 5. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. Beginning a new drive here, but just 16 seconds to go before halftime. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he gets him around 6 there. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this 2nd half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
No, we changed it.
Henry gets it here to start the drive. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Brady Jarrett on the stop. Again, 2 brings up second and 8 at the 32-yard line.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Nearly intercepted. Ooh, he almost had it. Couldn't bring it in. Incomplete. That brings up third down.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. From the gun, Jackson. Forced out to his right. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on third down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. Fourth down coming up.
You know, I love this, Kate, from an offense. Just philosophically, stretching that secondary out with your tight end. Even still, one of the deeper targets you're going to see him get. It's a shame they couldn't quite connect.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth.
Hey, middle.
Looking to throw. He finds him beyond the marker. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
So close to getting off the field. The fourth down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. Now they're going to have to buckle down and force another fourth down.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Play action, here's Jackson. This is caught by Isaiah Likely. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. It's Henry on the carry. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
An offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on third and short.
He'll try to do it himself. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a first with some room to spare.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. On first and 10, it's Henry. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be second and 8. Play fake, Jackson. Oh, he loses the football. Oh, and they got it back. This play is still live. And he's out of bounds after reaching the 25-yard line. Ooh, so close to a big play defensively there, Brock. But now these guys got to stay out there. They were unable to bring in the fumble. They just forced.
They do. Got to bring a little bit of juice. But kind of like a boxer, when they get a guy cut, they know, man, if I get that first cut, I can make him bleed. And you get that ball out the first time, I guarantee you, I promise you, those guys are thinking they'll get it the next.
Falcons 3.
they have themselves another 1st and 10. A give to Henry. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
From the 19. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
He's back to throw. Headed out right. Oh, he's going to run for it. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the 1st down.
Here's Henry. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They go play fake with Jackson. And that is the catch that should end this game and seal this win. Touchdown! Well, Brock, it wasn't hard to see why they botched on that play fake. Even our camera operator was fooled into thinking it was a run, but certainly made it easier to connect on that touchdown pass.
And that's all about the attention to details, Kate. Really is. The offensive line getting their pads down. The running back and quarterback at that mesh point, making it look exactly like a run. You do the details on the front end, and the play-action game rewards follow on the back end.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. This return starts at the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Penix working from the gun. Completes, it's Bijan Robinson. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that 1st down. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first. Penix now on 1st down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Now the Falcons trying to get everyone up and set here. After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. Moore's got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be its 2nd. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that first. From the shotgun, Penix buys time, rolling right. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Now the offense going to take its 3rd and final timeout as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Here's 2nd and 7. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. Now the Falcons trying to get everyone up and set here. He's on the move. And he's stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. Now the Falcons trying to get everyone up and set here. Penix on first down. Escapes the pocket. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. So in front of the flock of fans in the stands, the Ravens get the win at home. And it was a maestro of a performance defensively, limiting them to only one field goal. Playing shutdown football like that, Brock, it is no surprise they came away with the win. And I think you'd agree, we see some more lockdown football in their future. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Ravens are your winners as we say so long from Baltimore.
Running through his mind all day, I'm tired. I'm the boss now, do higher. Hang the phone up, I'm so wired. Couldn't sleep, my floor's too high up. I got keys, that girl's on fire. Who's the boss? I got 5 on me, like what's the cost? I'm at 5 hotel in a suite, I'm lost in white. Get down sheets, I got stripes on my cheeks. Hermes fur on my feet, I'm a lead.
Yeah, thinking that it happened overnight, it didn't. In it for the long haul flight, committed. Wanted me to fail out of spite, I didn't. All bark but they don't bite, they timid. Thinking that it happened overnight, but it didn't. In it for the long haul flight, I'm committed. Wanted me to fail out of spite, but I didn't. All bark but they don't bite, cause they timid. Look, wait. I got people trying to wish and pray that I'ma fall about it. All about it till we spoke in person, don't wanna talk about it now, huh? Oh, you sound tough, toying with them, don't get wound up. How you wound up, another number in the round up. Put the town up, I built this thing up from the ground up. And if I bounce up, I get my crown stuck. Green light go, got the east side flow. I'm a giant in the space like FIFA4. All the kids sing along like EIO. Every time when they see my shows. Thinking that it happened overnight, yeah, didn't. In it for the long haul flight, committed. Wanted me to fail out of spite, I didn't. All bark but they don't bite, they timid. Thinking that it happened overnight, but it didn't. In it for the long haul flight, I'm committed. Wanted me to fail out of spite, but I didn't. All bark but they don't bite, cause I'm timid. Look,
Esto es talento y favor and you got no skill. I got drive, baby, ustedes son roadkill. Yeah, ya te dije, no están en mi carta perder. Te Pa' mi frequency, te frequently matando esto con sabor y efficiency. No gasto tiempo, waste no time, not my money. Boss baby, CEO del LLC, lo tengo en un pánico. Dale rápido, quiero crecer y dar más fruto, algo botánico. Lo hice bien orgánico, Tommy el maquinón. Voy subiendo como espuma y tú bajando bien titánico. Out my way, I ain't built this in a day, but you know I'm here now to stay. I'm hungry, boy, I'm not here to play.
Thinking that it happened overnight. In it for the long haul flight. Committed. Wanted me to fail out of spite. I didn't. All bark, but they don't bite. They timid. Thinking that it happened overnight, but it didn't. In it for the long haul flight. I'm committed. Wanted me to fail out of spite, but I didn't. All bark, but they don't bite, cause they timid. Look, wait.
Trying to raise some morning sun. Got problems that I can't outrun. Missing every shot I take. Watch my chances always slip away.
squinting.